Hello, and welcome to this month's update. It's been a very long time since I've done one of these, so there are so many patterns to show you. I will link to my shops below where you can find these. I have written the name of the pattern on the image, so hopefully it's easier to find. There's just going to be too many links if I do them individually. So let's start with the update that I have a new mystery crochet along that will be starting in January. Sign-ups are open. You can participate in this mystery crochet along either on Ravelry or on Discord. I will link directly to those in the description. This time we are making a lapgan in the style of my all squared away designs. So making all the squares first, and then there'll be a schematic to do continuous join as you go to join them together. I want to also remind you of the survey that I have. It is always open, and if you've already filled it out, feel free to check it again and change your answers if you want to, if things have changed. I will link to that below as well. Let's get to the new designs. I'm just going to sort of flash them on the screen while I give you some updates. You'll notice that I haven't been posting a lot of videos lately, and then I posted 2 more recently. I was alternating between computer problems and health problems. I have most of the health problems sorted out, and the computer problems, well, my computer's rather temperamental, but I have been able to get it to start working for shorter videos. I don't think it'll do the long, crochet with me videos, but that's fine. Also, I have started sort of a beta test on a referral program. It's currently only available on Ravelry, and if you go to my Ravelry group, which you'll find if you go to the Mystery Crochet Along link, there'll be a thread on how that works. But basically, I'll give you a coupon code which you must give to someone else. I'd prefer if that someone else wasn't already familiar with me. And once that person has used that coupon code, I'll be able to see that. I will send you a coupon code. And these codes are for one free pattern of mine, of your choice. So we're just going to try that out and see how that works. And that's really all the updates that I have, but I suspect I'm going to have a lot more video footage that I need to talk over. So I am going to just rattle on. Feel free to mute me if you're not interested, or mute me and speed up the video or whatever you need to do. I completely understand. First, I'd like to talk about YouTube. A lot of people don't realize that most YouTube channels are not monetized. You can't do monetization on YouTube until you have at least 500 subscribers, but you also need to have a lot of watch time on top of that as well. So I deeply appreciate everyone watching my videos, and if you can watch them longer than you might normally, that'd be great. Put them on in the background. I have a couple of videos that are just me crocheting that don't have any sound, so you could just put it on as video wallpaper. The other thing is, some of you know that I have an Etsy shop, and I wanted to explain that I am pulling away from my Etsy shop. I have turned off auto-renew on all my listings, and so they will expire after they've been up for 4 months if no one buys them. And the reason I'm doing this is, I have multiple reasons for doing this. The primary reason is Etsy has higher fees than all the other places that I sell, and as a result, I have to increase the price of my patterns, and I'm just not comfortable doing that. I feel like my Etsy customers are just getting a raw deal. So if you have bought my patterns on Etsy, I highly recommend you check out my other shops. My primary shop is on Ravelry, but not everyone can use Ravelry, so I also have all my patterns on Lovecrafts and Payhip. Lovecrafts and Payhip have similar fee structures as Ravelry does, and so all the prices are always the same. The only difference is I haven't figured out how to do coupons on Lovecrafts or Payhip, so I'm trying to figure out how I can do coupons for everybody. Oh, I should also mention that when I release a new pattern, I release it for 50% off for the first week, and then it goes up to the full price. So, and that is as a thank you to people who follow me, who see these new releases. If you would like to be one of those people who gets this sort of discount, who knows when the patterns come out as they do, you can join my Ravelry group, or my Facebook group. Just look for Fantastic Mio on either of those platforms and you'll find them. I mean, my Ravelry group will be linked below because of the mystery crochet along. I will try to remember to put the Facebook link on. But otherwise, just look for Fantastic Mio. You can find me on Instagram as well as fantastic.mio. Anyway, the Etsy thing, it's not just the pricing. Etsy has delisted 3 of my listings in the last year, claiming that they are breaking the Etsy policies. And they were not. They were the same sort of patterns I've posted everywhere else, and Etsy did eventually relist them. It was that their automated system had flagged them as being against the rules. Specifically, it's hard to get clear answers from Etsy. It's another reason why I'm leaving. But it seems like the automated system thought that I had upcycled something. I'm not sure how a digital product can be an upcycled thing, but there we are. Another concern I have with Etsy is on Etsy, you can sell handmade things, vintage things, and craft supplies. I fall under craft supplies with my patterns. The problem is with that is Etsy's definition of vintage is at least 20 years old, and that makes me feel old, but that's not the reason I'm upset about it. They are allowing people to make PDFs of patterns that are older than 20 years and selling the digital copy of them as vintage. And that is breaking the law. And it's hard. I've tried reporting some of the listings I've seen, but what has to happen is that the owner of the copyright has to make the claim, which is perfectly valid. And I'm having a hard time tracking them down. So if you are a pattern designer and you have patterns that are over 20 years old, so at this point, that's 2003, that you copyrighted them, check Etsy to see if someone's stealing your work. I have contacted Etsy to tell them that there is, at least I can't think of, a legal reason for having a PDF or a digital file that is vintage. Like, that doesn't make any sense. The copyright on the item still applies, and the copyright lasts for like the life of the author plus 70 years or something crazy like that. Like, it's not 20 years. It's way more than that. And even if the designer is dead, it's still probably under copyright. So I've told Etsy this. I haven't seen any movement on that front. So they probably have not seen my message. So that's the final reason why I am pulling away from Etsy, is because they're hard to contact and hard to talk to. And it's like, how do you do business that way? I don't understand. Yeah. So if you were previously a customer of mine on Etsy, I'm sorry, but it's better for you even if you buy my patterns on a different platform, because they'll be cheaper. Thank you for putting up with my self-serving ego fest, and thanks for watching.